Last night, RT made international headlines when one of our anchors went on the record and said Russian intervention in Crimea is wrong. And indeed, as a reporter on this network, I face many ethical and moral challenges, especially me personally, coming from a family whose my grandparents came here as refugees during the Hungarian Revolution, ironically to escape the Soviet forces. I have family on the opposite side, on my mother's side, that sees the daily grind of poverty. And I'm very lucky to have grown up here in the United States. I'm the daughter of a veteran. My partner is a physician at a military base where he sees every day the first-hand accounts of the ultimate prices that people pay for this country. And that is why personally I cannot be part of a network funded by the Russian government that whitewashes the actions of Putin. I'm proud to be an American and believe in disseminating the truth, and that is why, after this newscast, I'm resigning.
That was Liz Wall, ladies and gentlemen. Now, in case you hadn't heard, she quit live on television during the week. Now, this all comes from another anchor on RT television by the name of, Abby Martin, who talked about what she felt about what the Russians are doing in the Crimea region of the Ukraine. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you followed me for a long time, you know this, but if you're watching me for the very first time, I've always said this. As a journalist, we have the professional and, more importantly, moral obligation to tell the truth. Period. The end. Now, when you watch that video, she was being dead serious. Now, as of this taping, I'm pretty sure she quit, but I'm not totally sure what she's doing or how she's doing right now. But that's a very powerful statement to do on live television. Plain and simple. There is no getting around that. Now, speaking of the Ukraine, we all know that the Russians went in there and quote-unquote invaded. Now, here's what the president said in some of his comments during the week about the subject. So let's take a look.
This morning, I signed an executive order that authorizes sanctions on individuals and entities responsible for violating the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Ukraine, or for stealing the assets of the Ukrainian people. According to my guidance, the State Department has also put in place restrictions on the travel of certain individuals and officials. These decisions continue our efforts to impose a cost on Russia and those responsible for the situation in Crimea. And they also give us the flexibility to adjust our response going forward based on Russia's actions. We took these steps in close coordination with our European allies. I've spoken to several of our closest friends around the world, and I'm pleased that our international unity is on display at this important moment. Already we've moved together to announce substantial assistance for the government in Kiev, and today in Brussels, our allies took similar steps to impose costs on Russia. I am confident that we are moving forward together, united in our determination to oppose actions that violate international law, and to support the government and people of Ukraine. And that includes standing up for the principle of state sovereignty. The proposed referendum on the future of Crimea would violate the Ukrainian Constitution and violate international law. Any discussion about the future of Ukraine must include the legitimate government of Ukraine. In 2014, we are well beyond the days when borders can be redrawn over the heads of democratic leaders. While we take these steps, I want to be clear that there is also a way to resolve this crisis that respects the interests of the Russian Federation, as well as the Ukrainian people.
Now look, yeah, you can do all the sanctions in the world, you can yank visas, you can do all of that, but it comes down to this. The United States should not get involved with this one. Why? You don't want to get in that disaster. Now, I'm going to say this. Now, I am, for the record, center-right. A lot of people know that. A lot of people respect me for that because I will say it out front. So why sugarcoat it? But I'm going to say, don't get involved. And I see all these conservatives going on the record saying that we should do something. And they're putting Vladimir Putin on a pedestal? Are you out of your mind? Now, granted, I'm not the biggest fan of his in the world, and a lot of people know that. But come on, he's ex-KGB. He knows what he's doing. And the way that country's ran, you don't want to get involved. And Putin knows that. That's why he's doing what he's doing. And before anybody goes down into the comment section and quote what Sarah Palin said way back when, let me tell you something right now. She got dead lucky, plain and simple, when she said that about Ukraine back then. And let's be honest, we all know that. So keep in mind, this issue is not going away. And there's some tie-ins that we don't know about yet. We're going to find out really soon what's going to happen there. And it probably won't be pretty. And we'll be right back. Hi everybody, my name is Lance Bell, host of Real Deal Politics with the Anti-Pundit. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you my Indiegogo campaign. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you've followed me, you know since 2008, I have been broadcasting in some medium on politics and current events. And ladies and gentlemen, I love every second of it. Now, conversely, for the last year and a half or so, I've been doing everything online as far as visual media. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm having tons and tons of fun with it. But it comes to a point now where I'm ready to step up my game. And that's why I come to you today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you saw my last campaign, you already know that I have equipment problems. I mean, I'm running an iMac G4. I mean, it's not the greatest in the world. And if you look at some of my videos in the past, as you can see here, the quality has come up over time. And I still had a long way to go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, given the circumstances, I already know that my only option is to do it on my own, and let me explain. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna need, here's what I'm gonna do to pull this off. Let me start that over. I mean, to be a true independent, I'm gonna have to do it all. From doing the website, to having a server set up, to even have my own studio. Now, as you can see in this pie chart here, that this is not going to be easy. And I know, being a true independent, that's the route I chose to take. Now, ladies and gentlemen, also, I actually decided to start another show. And if it was syndicated, I probably watched it. Now, the bad television review, as it sounds, is what that is. It's all about bad television. Now, I've seen people out there doing, movies, music videos. There's a lot of sites that just does games. But you know what? Nobody really does television. So I decided to do that because it's something real different and you will enjoy it. That's a promise. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the way this is going to be set up be like this. The Real Deal is a weekly show. Always has been, always will be. Now, the Bad Television Show is going to be set up as a traditional television show, meaning that I will be doing shows weekly over 13 weeks given the standard programming schedules. Now, if there's enough demand there, I will go to 26 weeks. And that's where you come in. I work for you, meaning that I love what I do, but if you didn't watch, it didn't matter. Now, as you can see, as far as the rewards, there are some rewards out there, and they will be being added as we go along. Now, remember, this is no fluff, this is real talk. And I know, and I hope you understand that. But remember, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon, and it's about you. I'm Lance Bell. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. I've been milking it and milking and milking it. It's primary season. Now, I I was trying to duck this as much as I can. So with that being said, I saw this video pop up during the week. So here is a political ad that I seen. So let's take a look.
Statesman, accomplished, conservative. These are the things I think of when I think of Thad Cochran.
I respect Thad Cochran because he is truly tireless in his efforts to take care of our state and of the people who live here.
Senator Cochran has been against Obamacare, and I think for a good reason.
He cares about the farmers and the businessmen and women. He cares about education. We just need Thad Cochran to move Mississippi forward.
I'm Thad Cochran, and I approve this message.
You know, that was Thad Cochran. He's locked in a primary down in Mississippi. Now, you understand something. I don't know what goes on down there. I don't profess to, and I'm not going to. But I'm going to say this. If you're hitching your wagon to a dead horse, I don't care how conservative that state is, you are going to lose. Bottom line. And you know that. So, as my first commentary on an ad for the official primary season, you know, you're doing the same talking points? Come on, man. You can do better than that. Now, moving on to something a little bit lighter. You know, I don't talk about Deadspin that often, but I saw this ad for a lawyer. Now, for the record, he's not even running for office. But we're going to watch this, and we're going to have some fun with this one.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
Consequences. They sure suck, don't they? America was built on freedom, not on a bunch of people with more money than you telling you what you can and can't do with all their stupid laws. Laws are arbitrary. Hi, my name is Daniel Music, and I'm a criminal defense attorney based in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I stand ready, willing, able, and committed to defend you on all manner of criminal charges, including murder, arson, burglary, bank robbery, simple and aggravated assault, and possibly even funny throwback crimes such as moonshining or pickpocketing. When you're charged with a serious criminal offense, you're facing the fight of your life. You need a lawyer who understands you and understands where you're coming from. Trust me, I may have a law degree, but I think like a criminal. Street knowledge. A lot of criminal defense attorneys around town are gonna take your money and then blow you off. That's not me. I pick up the phone, I answer calls, I return letters, and I make jail visits, because I'll probably be there visiting my friends anyways. I'm the Pittsburgh criminal defense attorney Pittsburgh criminals hire when they commit crimes. I'm also licensed to practice in every single county in the Commonwealth, so don't feel left out, people in Beaver, Mercer, Crawford, Venango, or even Lehigh County. I'll go anywhere. Any criminal defense attorney who promises you a result is most likely a liar or a scumbag. But what I can promise you is my committed fighting effort to ensure that you are adequately defended on any charge that you're facing. Pay me now, thank me later, and remember, you keep your trap shut, and I'll keep your trap open. Did I mention I'm Jewish?
Daniel Music is licensed to practice law in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania only. All participants in the commercial are actors, and their participation should not be construed as an endorsement. No results are or can be promised by Daniel Music. Any actors who may have committed the crimes they portrayed did so without the knowledge or consent of Daniel Music. This advertisement should be considered a satire and entertainment. No actual crimes were committed in the making of this ad. All weapons and drugs were props and or facsimiles.
You know, Deadspin said it best. If anything else, he's honest, and I like that. Because you can be all the smarts in the world, and I'm talking book smarts, but it comes down to this. You gotta have some street smarts. I know people that are educated like crazy, some of the most intelligent people I've ever met, but they are the aforementioned box of rocks when it comes to street smarts. And that's very insulting to somebody like me. So we're gonna have some fun here upcoming later on this year with the ads, so keep that in mind. And we'll be right back. Hey everybody, Lance here. Did you know I have a GoFundMe campaign? Stop on by and help out the real deal. You know, ladies and gentlemen, in this week's social commentary, I was trying to decide what I was going to do. And I decided to do this. Did you know that South by Southwest is happening right now down in Austin, Texas? Yes, it's the big musical event of the year. Well, at least one of them. Let me rephrase that. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because Julian Assange spoke there. Now, what everything he said is correct? Oh, absolutely. And I have the link below to the entire speech he did. Should it have been on this platform? Absolutely not. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm from the old school when it comes to South by Southwest. It's all about the music. Plain and simple. That's what it is for me. Now, I understand that the creator wanted to be more, and I get that with the indie films, but when you commercialize something like that and make it politicized, that turns the hardcore music people like me off. And it does a lot of other people. And I point blank asked online a couple of days ago, will it ever be about the music ever again? And it was resounding no. And that hurts me really bad. Then the comment came up about, well, Sundance is very much the same thing. Not necessarily. Sundance decided to go high rent. And I guess there's really nothing wrong with that. But they're in the same situation as South by Southwest, which is becoming to that point, then creates a lot of problems. And I know it's all about politics in the world anymore, but let the music be about the music. And we'll be right back with the final segment. Hey everybody, Lance here. Did you know I have a GoFundMe campaign? Stop on by and help out the real deal. We're in the last segment, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you've been following me at Get Lansing Media on my Facebook page, you know that the Roku page is up and running. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be letting you know right now it's a private channel. And I will have the link below if you have a Roku player where you can get it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I spoke about this last month, and I said that this is coming. And right now I'm doing some tweaks with it, so don't come after me too bad about it. So in the coming weeks and months, it'll be flipped to a public page, but right now we are still beta testing, and I'm looking for beta testers. So if you'd like to, just message me, and I'll give you the link, or you can follow the link below. And message me, let me know how it looks, and what I should do better. And with that, as you also know, the Indiegogo campaign is back up and running again. So we're going to see how that goes this time, and I'm very excited about that. And you'll still have your news and your updates, and I'll keep everybody in the loop. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen, from this week. I'd like to thank you for watching, and be careful, and remember, fear the root.